I did not want to have to do it. I did not. Okay, but here we are, and I have to. What is going on, y'all? Fox Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL. If you're new to the channel, welcome. What are you doing? Make sure to go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already, folks. It helps me out a lot when you support the channel. So go ahead and do so by hitting the big red subscribe button down below and following me on my social media as well. My Twitter and my Instagram listed in the description and on the screen as well. You guys can go ahead and follow me on there. So, you guys see the title, man, and you guys see that I'm very reluctant to talk about this topic because I did not want to talk about this. So why am I talking about this? Because of you guys, okay? You guys are actually the ones who run this channel, folks. I just provide the content, but this channel is not possible without you guys, and everybody was in my DMs and my mentions talking about Fies. You need to make this video. And I kept pushing back, and I said, really? You guys really want me to do this? Isn't this, a bit reactionary? And here we are. So you know what? I'm just going to address it once and for all, at least for right now, okay? Anything can happen again in the future, but we're talking about, of course, the Bears quarterback situation, which has been questioned a lot, to say the least, okay? And talking about, should the Chicago Bears move on from their current quarterback, Mitchell Trubisky, who they drafted just 2 years ago, folks. It's only been 2 years, or really 3 years, that he's in his third year in our system, in the Bears system, that he has been here. And again, this is the reason why I'm making this video, is because we all know that Mitchell Trubisky has not been as good as the guys drafted after him in of course, Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson. But again, I digress. Let's talk about it. Is it time for the Bears to look to upgrade the quarterback position? So where do we begin? Okay, so you guys want to know, should the Chicago Bears move on from Mitchell Trubisky and upgrade their quarterback position? Well, before I answer that, I actually have an idea. What I'm going to do is I'm going to save my opinion for the end and actually just present you guys the options if we were to just go with, the answer being yes, okay? Yes being, yes, the Bears should upgrade their quarterback position and look to move on from Mitch Trubisky. And if that is what we're going with, what are actually the options out there? Because this is really what you guys want to talk about, right? So I'm going to talk about it, okay? This is not how I feel. Again, I'm going to tell you how I feel at the end. I'm saving my opinion for that. But let's just go with, okay, the Bears decide to move on from Mitch Trubisky, who, of course, has not been as good as advertised, being the number 2 overall pick in the 2017 NFL Draft. And, of course, knowing now that his contemporaries in Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson have been excellent so far, to say the least, in their short NFL careers. And Mitch has just, had a little bit of trouble. And certainly this year, in particular, has regressed, okay? We know the accuracy is not there, the field vision, the pocket awareness. It's just missing for Mitchell Trubisky. So let's say the Bears decide, okay, we're done with Mitch. Okay, we want to just move on. We made a mistake. What can the Bears do? And the number one name that everybody wants to bring up is Nick Foles. Okay, Nick Foles is the guy that signed with the Jacksonville Jaguars this offseason. And then he ends up getting hurt in the first game of the season. I believe he injured his collarbone. And then you have Gardner Minshew, who comes out of nowhere and gives birth to Minshew Mania, because he starts playing pretty well for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And now all of a sudden, people believe that Nick Foles will not get his starting job back once he is healthy. Now, I don't know that to be the case. The Jacksonville Jaguars paid him a lot of money to be their starting quarterback, which is now what the main issue here is. I like Nick Foles. Nick Foles is a good quarterback. Nick Foles is a Super Bowl winning, Super Bowl MVP quarterback, okay? And he's a guy who's put up 27 touchdowns to just 2 interceptions in an NFL season before with Chip Kelly, if you guys remember that. So I like Nick Foles, and I do think Nick Foles would certainly be an upgrade at this point. Even though, again, I'm not giving my opinion yet on how I feel about whether the Bears should keep or let go of Mitch. But Nick Foles, certainly, I like, okay? The problem here is nobody wants to take a look at the contractual situation. Nick Foles signed a 4-year, $88 million contract with the Jaguars this offseason, folks. 50 out of that $88 million is guaranteed. You're talking about a boatload of money that the Bears would have to take on to be able to trade for Nick Foles, not to mention the fact that you have to maybe give up assets to take Nick Foles. Who knows at this point whether the Jaguars even want to trade him. So the biggest thing here is the money. Now, the Bears do have cap space this year, but as far as moving forward, the Bears are not going to have a lot of cap space. So to me, contractually, this is going to be very difficult, okay? Very difficult for the Bears to do, but it is a possibility if we think that the Bears will want to make this financial commitment, okay? And again, we don't even know if the Jaguars still want more compensation like picks and etc. But I could see this happening. Let's talk about a few more options you guys have brought up. Cam Newton. Can we end this right here, right now? Cam Newton is washed up. Washed, okay? Just straight done. I don't want to hear about Cam Newton anymore. I don't know why people think Cam Newton is still good. Yes, could he still be injured? And technically right now he's out because of injury, and that could play a part in Cam Newton not being the same guy we saw since 2015 when he won the NFL MVP award. I mean, my God, I don't know what people see in Cam Newton, or have they seen Cam Newton recently, because he cannot throw the damn football accurately. And if there's one thing the Bears need from another quarterback that Mitchell Trubisky does not provide, it's accuracy. So I don't know how that works for Bears fans that think we should go after Cam Newton. Okay, so I don't even want to talk about anything contractually because I don't want Cam Newton. Cam Newton's not an upgrade. Cam Newton is washed up. He's done. Kyle Allen has been winning games with that Panthers roster, and Cam Newton couldn't do that. So I don't want to hear it. I don't want Cam Newton, and I don't believe the Bears should go after him either. Then let's talk about another guy, Teddy Bridgewater. Okay, Teddy Bridgewater is a popular name people want to bring up, and we just played Teddy Bridgewater, okay, against the Saints. And I like Teddy Bridgewater too. Here's the problem. Two things. Teddy Bridgewater, I believe, is going to stay with the New Orleans Saints. Now, again, money is the main issue here, right? Everybody's got a price. What if somebody throws a boatload of money at Teddy Bridgewater? This is where I'm saying I don't think the Bears should throw a boatload of money at Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy Bridgewater is a good quarterback at the right price, but you have to look at it from his perspective too. Why would Teddy Bridgewater want to leave a beautiful situation like the New Orleans Saints, where Drew Brees and Sean Payton have essentially guaranteed him that once Brees retires, he's going to be the next guy in line, and you see how well he fits into the system. They're undefeated, and Sean Payton has got him playing very well. He likes it over there. I don't think he'd leave unless some team throws a boatload of money at him, and I'm sorry, I don't want to throw a boatload of money at Teddy Bridgewater. Is he nice? Yeah. Does he really have... Is he really worth that much? I don't think so. I think he's a decent quarterback. I don't think he's great. So to me, Teddy Bridgewater is nice at the right price, but to get him out of the New Orleans Saints, you're going to have to overpay, and I am not okay with that, okay? So that takes care of Teddy Bridgewater, right? Let's talk about some veteran quarterbacks. Matt Ryan, Phillip Rivers, okay? Phillip Rivers has been a guy that people have brought up because I believe Phillip Rivers is a free agent after this year. I don't think they've extended his contract. And let me just end the Phillip Rivers talk by saying this. Phillip Rivers almost retired when the San Diego Chargers moved to LA. Almost retired when they moved from San Diego to LA, which is a 2-hour drive. You think he wants to come to Chicago? You think he wants to move him and his 8 kids and his wife to Chicago? I don't think so, okay? And not even mentioning from a PR perspective, the 2 to 4 Chargers fans that are there to lose those as well, okay? So it's just not going to happen, folks. Let's just get that out of your head. Phillip Rivers is not going to be on any other team besides the Chargers, okay? Matt Ryan. The Falcons have a lot of issues, Matt Ryan's not one of them. He's still a very good quarterback. They're not going to let him go either. It's going to be a PR hit as well, like I mentioned with Phillip Rivers. They just signed Julio Jones to a massive deal. You think they're going to trade Matt Ryan? I don't believe so. So to me, they're out the door. And then somebody brought up Andy Dalton. My God, why would I want Andy Dalton, who's done nothing in this league, even getting to the playoffs? He couldn't win anything, okay? Andy Dalton is he is literally the definition of mediocre. And you want me to take Andy Dalton and consider that an upgrade over Mitch Trubisky? I don't get it. Again, these are the quarterbacks that some of you guys have thrown at me. So, again, from the list of guys that I could potentially see out there, Nick Foles is the best option. I agree with that, but he comes at a major price, which I don't know if the Bears are willing to commit to. All right, now it's time to move on and talk about what I believe the Bears should do with their quarterback situation, and that is stand pat. Yes, I know it's the boring answer, the safe answer, but hear me out, folks, okay? Let's talk first contractually, okay? Mitch Trubisky this season has about a $7.9 million cap hit. Next season, he's got about a $9.2 million cap hit. And then in 2021, we've got a fifth-year option on Mitch Trubisky worth about $31 million. Yeah, that's a lot. And obviously picking that up on whether or not the Bears will do that, that's another discussion for another day. But point being is we've got Mitch under contract for 2 more years, okay? And I believe Mitch Trubisky should finish the season as the Bears starter. Why do I believe that? Well, for one, when you draft a quarterback as high as we did with Mitch and you invest so much in him, and I'm not just talking about the Bears, but just other NFL teams in general, you get more than 2 to 3 years. You just do. Blake Bortles, for crying out loud, got 5 years with the Jaguars. So you just get more than, 3 years, which is what it's been for Mitch. Second year in Matt Nagy's system. So to me, it's just way too soon for the Bears to just jump ship. Now, I'm not saying after this season, if Mitchell Trubisky doesn't go into the tank, and that's pretty much the only way he doesn't finish the year as a Bears starter, is he literally has to, fall apart on his face, go into the tank, start seeing ghosts like Sam Darnold, okay? That's the only way. Because to me, like I said, the Bears have invested way too much in him for him to not at least get the rest of the season. And then you can evaluate at that point. But again, you still have him under contract for another 2 years, okay? And whether or not you want to keep him or you want to trade him, you can make that decision. But as far as this year, absolutely he's going to finish as a starting quarterback for the Chicago Bears. And then moving forward, we'll see. But to me, like I said, I believe Mitch Trubisky will finish the year as a Bear starter, and I think they should. Let's stand pat. It's only 3-3 right now. I know Bears fans want to act like the sky is falling, but I'm telling you right now, there is a lot of things messed up and wrong with this team outside of the quarterback. Mitch Trubisky is certainly a big reason why, and he's to blame as well, but I've said it multiple times. I'll keep saying that Matt Nagy's play calling has been awful. Just straight awful, okay? It has been atrocious. It's been incompetent. It's been unacceptable. It's just been flat out embarrassing, okay? And like I said, the offensive line hasn't been that great. Our defense has kind of let up a little bit. So I'm telling you right now, that we have issues on this team outside of the quarterback. So for this season, unless he goes into the tank mentally and physically, he's going to finish the year, I believe, as the Bears starting quarterback. And then after, who knows? We can address it later. So there you have it, folks. That's what I believe the Bears should do right now with their quarterback situation. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree. Are you already done with Mitch? Are you already moved on? Let me know down in the comment section below if you guys agree or disagree with me. As always, thanks for watching.